Hi dear subscribers, most watch me without a subscription, support my channel with a subscription, and I will make you happy with new story. Story 1. Parents forcing their pregnant 14 years old to have the baby. I'm 14 and pregnant and state has banned abortion and what to do. IF14 found out I was pregnant on Thursday. I'm from Oklahoma and I have no idea what to do or where to start. The father is 17 and we both agree when it comes to our families and what we want to with our lives it's no way a good idea. My parents are super religious, Jehovah's Witness to be exact, that are 100% pro-life and won't let me, and my boyfriend's parents is the exact same way, and the only thing he can do is give me financial support to do it. But can't be caught dead at clinic due to him having a tracker on his phone. So Reddit, I'm coming to you as someone that needs some support and advice on what to do, and that is there a way I can get an abortion without my parents knowing? My friend recommend the ibuprofen method, but if that's safe. I ended up deleting my other throwaway because of the amount of hateful things and the negative stuff I was getting in my messages I've been getting. Also, thank you for everyone that has been nice. It feels really good to be supported. Also, side note, please no invasive sexual questions. I'm a minor, so a lot has freaking stuff has changed overnight. I was going this weekend to take a bus to New Mexico to get it done. But my boyfriend, M17, is no longer wanting me to do an abortion. We had a huge argument yesterday and he's not like talking to me anymore. I've been crying all night, not going to lie, so I think I'm not going to do it to make him happy, because he does have a say because it's his child too. I know it's not like update everyone was wanting, but yeah, I seen my last post all over Reddit and I thought you guys needed an update, but thank you to everyone that reached out to me. I wasn't going to do an update, but I thought some of nice ones needed an update. Update. I'm getting an abortion next weekend. I'm officially come to terms that this what I have to do, and I'm 100% dreading it. I'm honestly scared. I just want people to know is that no one wakes up and has a joy to this very thing. I'm going against everything I was taught from the religion I was raised in, and also going against the father and what he wanted. It's hard because I'm entirely alone, because I can't go to family about, but I'm not no way in shape prepared to be someone's parent. Yes, getting pregnant is 1000% preventable. But I'm only human and learning as I go, sadly. Literally the day after I posted this, Roe vs. Wade was turned over, so given that I'm not even sure how I'm going to do this. I, F14, need help finding like a good way to tell your parents that you're pregnant. So I decided that I want to tell them I'm pregnant even though they don't even know I had a boyfriend, so it's gonna come very left field. I was going to get an abortion, but I quickly realized how hard it is to do so when you're underage. Plus I live in one of the states that have bans. So I just need help knowing how I approach the situation. My mom is trying to make me have a kid. I don't want her / I'll also update from my last post. So my mom now knows that I'm pregnant. What happened was I was in my room and she came in wondering what was wrong with me, because I've been tired and sick a lot, and she wanted to take me to a doctor, but I just told her I know exactly why I'm feeling this way, and I then asked her to please not to get mad, and I just told her I'm pregnant. She thought I was joking, but when she found out I was serious, she just stared at me for a while and not talked. Then she just got up and left my room. She didn't talk to me for 2 days after that. Until yesterday morning, she busted in my room and told me to get dressed and we're going to a doctor. When in the car she started talking to me about who was the father and stuff. She just kept saying, I can't believe how stupid I was not to see we got to the doctor. I say it like that because I found out later it was a pregnancy crisis center. We get there, they ran all this testing stuff to confirm I'm pregnant, 8 weeks exactly. Then we sat down with some counselor lady. She was going through my options, didn't even bring up abortion as one. My mom started to talk for me and started asking about adoption agencies. I then shut down their conversation down that I want an abortion. My mom gets mad at me saying, you know for a fact we don't believe in that. Then I just told her you don't believe in that, but I do. I don't want to be pregnant in high school. The counselor started to go on a rant about how wrong it is, and I guess they both can I tell I wasn't interested, so they tried to get me into an ultrasound. I then told them I don't want to do that. My mom then tells me I'm being brat, that she's my mom and then I need to do what she says. I then acted like I was going to the bathroom, but I just left and called my brother to order me a lift. Before y'all say that was a bratty move I did, I texted my mom I was going home the minute I got into the lift. I get home and my mom gets home later and she told me that abortion is not an option and to get it straight and then I have only 2 options and to pick and that she's done talking me and sent me to my grandma's house. So not really a positive outcome. I've been crying about thinking the fact I have to carry a baby I don't want to term. Edit, don't make fun of my spelling, I wrote this fast. So I first off want to thank everyone for the support. I didn't think it would get that much online support. Second, this post is not fake. I made my first post at the worst possible time way before Roe v. was verdict, so it started to trend a bit IG, but this will be my last update for a while. I'm tired of being slut-shamed and called a murder for what I want to do. I told my mom to hopefully get support from her and just be there for me, and I was of course wrong, and it really hurts to feel like she doesn't listen to me. I'm just really freaking scared. So I know I keep talking about it, but just know it's a lot for me to handle, and I'm extremely depressed. I have no one to talk to in personal life that hears what I want. I'm scared to fake a miscarriage because it would need to be reported. I can't leave home for an extensive without my mom knowing something is up. I'm going to get an abortion pill and lie that I miscarried. Am I going to run into any problems? Let's say I take the pill and I tell my mom I miscarried and she takes me to the hospital and they found it was an abortion pill. Can I get in legal trouble? I've been doing research everywhere and haven't gotten a clear answer. My mom plays down the pain I'm experiencing while pregnant. Or am I the dramatic one here? I am pregnant. Currently I'm 12 weeks pregnant, and let me start off and say people who are familiar with my past posts, I was seeking an abortion at first, but my mom convinced me to do adoption instead because she's against abortion, and I'm now really regretting that decision as of now. Any bad possible thing that you can possibly go through the first trimester of pregnancy has been playing out. I'm having very bad depression. I'm constantly sick, constantly sick. I went to a Target the other day and I couldn't stay in there because the smell, it was weird. I already fainted twice because I get randomly lightheaded. Also, I know it may be overdramatic, but I've been losing some of my hair and it's making me feel very emotional about it, and it's making me lose any self-confidence I once had for myself. I just feel pain constantly. I opened up to my mom about it and hoping she would understand, and maybe you'd think maybe carrying on with a pregnancy isn't the best idea considering she had me and 2 of my other siblings. She knows how pregnancy is. But the only thing she told me was I need to be more positive and that me focusing on the negative of this experience is not making my situation any better, and that this is the best thing a woman can go through is carrying a baby. I then told her that our experiences are so obviously different. She had my dad and friends to support her, and I have no one because she's currently not letting me leave the house without her. She then gets offended that I'm not being appreciative of her. But at this point, I'm honestly thinking about after I have this fetus and turn 18, I'm never speaking to my mother again after this because what she's making me go through. I really don't care, or am I being dramatic? How is that, you may ask? I'm a freshman in high school that is currently 32 weeks pregnant, and I wanted an abortion, but my family would not let me /sign off, so I decided to go the adoption route, and I already have a perfect family picked for him. I went to my OBGYN today because I'm having Braxton Hicks and I have preeclampsia, so my pregnancy has never been fun or easy, so I try my best to detach from it and focus on negatives when it comes to me changing my mind and wanting to keep my baby. I've been dodging viewing my fetus on the ultrasound, but today something came over me and I wanted to just see. How to explain it, but I knew I was always pregnant, but it just felt more real today. There is actually a whole person in there. Now the majority of the day I've been feeling very sad and not going to lie, but I've been having doubts, which I shouldn't because I'm not way ready for a child. I've been trying so hard to detach, and I'm really nervous of when I give birth that I hand him to his family. As heartless as it may sound, I don't want to hold him or see him because I'm scared of my reaction to it. No one in my life is supporting me putting him up for adoption, not the father, not my parents. So that was my major fuck up of the day. Wish I never even bothered looking at the ultrasound, then I wouldn't be feeling this way. A commenter shares her adoption story. OP, that's truly beautiful. I'm glad I'm being warned about the emotions. I'm no way, shape, or form ready for them. How weird it may sound, this is the first time I felt some sadness about giving him away. The adoptive family is so nice and will support me if I want a closed or an open adoption. At first I was saying closed adoption all the way, so I wouldn't face the pain of attachment, but now I'm slowly realizing that I am actually attached and how to deal with these emotions about it without just crying. But thank you so much about this perspective of it. Regardless, it's gonna hurt. I don't want my ex-boyfriend in the room when I give birth to his child. Well, the title explains it. It started because I invited him to be there for the birth of our baby, but we are putting him up for adoption, so I solely did it because he somewhat has a right to see the baby before he goes with his new family. He's still stuck on me keeping the baby, which isn't smart option because, well, we are both still in high school, we have no jobs, and we still live with our families. He randomly brought up the idea of just trying out parenthood, and if it doesn't work we could proceed with adoption. He is obviously more attached to my pregnancy more than I am, but I for one don't feel like that's a good idea to have a trial run on a baby, and I already have adoptive family picked out for him. I don't feel like it's fair in any way for me to do that to the baby and the adoptive family. He rambles on and says the baby won't even remember it, and if we decide adoption it won't be something we live in regret, because we actually tried. I'm not going to lie, I did think about it, but I for one still think it's a horrible idea and not fair to anyone, but he's still pushing it. So I'm heavily considering uninviting him to the delivery room if he's going to have that energy. Like, it's already hard enough for me to give him up, and I don't need someone their guilt tripping me. Everyone around me is telling me this is a bad call on my part, but I really don't care. I'm so sick of being nice and compromising for everyone. Edit, I didn't realize this would be controversial regarding the father of my baby. Let me preference and say he doesn't want sole custody or even brought up the idea of having sole custody. He wants us to try and be family when we are in no way, shape, or form financially ready or even mentally ready to care for a baby. But I just find it somewhat crazy that some of y'all are really saying he should raise my baby when he has no job, no car, no plan, just vibes, and inflation is on the rise. So yes, call me selfish if you think me preferring my kid to be with a family that is financially stable and loving parents. Then me and my ex that are still in high school and both have toxic households. OP in the comments, he was assuming I have the child and we raise it together without any plan in mind of how we will do that. He doesn't want sole custody, and quite honestly, if he did, I'll be against that. I feel like he's being incredibly selfish and not thinking of what's best for the baby. And I don't want to rob him of him meeting his first biological child, but if he's going to be this way, I don't want him there. He will sign off on the adoption if I stay firm about giving my baby up because he doesn't want to be a single father. But if he doesn't sign off in my state, Oklahoma, he would need to prove that he's capable of having sole custody of a baby. At least that's how this was explained to me. Well, the adoption counselor told this to me, that if he decides against the adoption process, then that would mean I would have to sign my rights to him, which would warrant him having to prove that he can have sole custody. That's what she told me. But I'm not worried about it because he's not going to do that. Like I said in a different comment, he doesn't want to raise the child alone or even have the baby stay with him. He solely wants to keep the baby so we can be a family. If he wanted the baby and be sole legal guardian, that's fine, I'll be against, because it's extremely selfish given he hasn't graduated from high school, no job, and no car, just his parents' car. So if he really cared about the baby, he would realize this is best option for him is to give two loving parents that have stable jobs, a home, and resources to take care of baby. Me or him don't have those resources. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.